What's up, you guys? Sean Ross Sapp. It is Fightful Fight Night. We got our host, Steven Jensen, here. Steven, how you doing?
I'm doing great, Sean, and I cannot believe we're here. We lived through the Mayweather and Paul fight, and we got a Paul and Woodley fight. We've seen Paul and Askren, and yeah, we are here. I can't believe it. Good to see you guys.
It's also good to see our friend Doug. Doug, how you doing?
What's up, everybody? I'm super pumped for this fight. This is really a test for Jake Paul that we've been wanting to see. Let's see how good he is, and yeah, let's get this thing going.
We're watching the walkouts now. Tyron Woodley is on his way out. Leave a thumbs up on this video, guys. If you want your question or statement read, shown on the air, leave us a thumbs up, or not leave us a thumbs up, but donate a super chat. We are at youtube.com/Fightful and youtube.com/FightfulMMA. My stream, a legal one, mind you, is a little laggy. I don't think Doug and Stevens is, but
I'm getting it a little bit, yeah.
But by God, here we are. We're here to watch it. We got people talking about that Invicta knockout this week. Holy crap!
Brutal.
Man.
My buddy actually goes to all the Invictus because he lives in Kansas, and he was there live, and brutal.
How was the UFC card last night? I took one look at who was fighting, and I said,
well, Kevin Lee lost, which is just like he's done at this point. Yeah, he's done. And it's the same story, right? Looks great in the first round and then just completely crumbles towards the third. And then Edson Barbosa got finished. He was getting pieced up and got finished.
I just pulled up Kevin Lee's Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And it said that Kevin Lee lost via decision, in parentheses, holes in his game.
That's fair.
Oh, man.
Well, guys, we are here for major fights. We do this Fightful Fight Night anytime there's a big fight, whether it's boxing, MMA, or whatever you want to consider what we're about to watch. Is an MMA fighter fighting not really a boxer in a pro boxing fight? I mean, he's getting closer to being a boxer, I guess. This is by far his stiffest competition.
Yep.
Doug, how do you see this one going, or do you have a prediction?
So my biggest thing is I think that they're going to do a little bit of a feel-out process. I think that Woodley is definitely going to connect, and we're going to see if Jake can actually handle like real punches and get in some trouble. My biggest concern, if I'm a Woodley fan, is Jake Paul's size, because I'm not sure, even though he weighed in at 190, I bet he's more like 210, and I think Tyron's soaking wet at 190. So that would be my biggest concern. Prediction for me is I'm going with Woodley, but I can understand why people believe Jake could win this fight, and we just don't know how good Jake is at the end of the day. He hasn't fought anybody that's really legit. This is really his first real test, in my opinion.
Oh, look at him. He's got the Cavs, Indians, Cavaliers stuff out there.
They're no longer the Indians now, right?
No, they're the
Guardians
next year, or the Guardians. There you go.
Guardians, yeah.
I like the Guardians. That's all right. That's solid.
Yep.
Yeah.
I dig
that. Decked out. You want to talk about cheap pop? That jersey is a cheap pop. Give it to anybody going to Ohio. It'll be good to go.
Yeah, it sure is. My God.
That entrance ramp looked a little suspect all night, too. It's kind of at like an angle where they got to kind of either like make sure they're not running down it or like just run down it, because it's at like kind of a steep angle. I don't know if you saw that. Some of the fighters that were like slowly walking earlier had to like balance themselves down those ramps.
Of course he's coming out to MGK Till I Die. If you're coming out in Cleveland,
yeah,
guess
for sure.
You gotta.
That's the anthem. Where's Stipe?
I was about to say, I wonder if Stipe's out of this. He's got next on Logan.
Needs to bring out Kenny Lofton and Carlos Baerga with him.
There it is.
Yes. Pedro Serrano.
I asked EC3 randomly one time because I bust his balls about Cleveland sports.
Right.
And I was like, do you have a Carlos Baerga story? And Carlos Baerga, the Indian second baseman in the 90s, very good. Mm-hmm. And EC3 just starts off into this story, and he is like, yeah, I was out at a party one time at this nightclub, He was like, I go into the back and there's this guy way too old to be there in an Affliction shirt, and it's Carlos Baerga.
Wow.
And he's like, and I sat down and talked to him, and I was like, I didn't really expect you to have a Carlos Baerga story.
Yeah.
90s baseball. It's the best.
We got Demon Diva. Carlos Baerga is a god. He was very good. He was very good.
This is another thing too, that if you notice when Jake Paul wins, like he's seriously like overcome with emotion, like he cries really big, and he's like, so in my opinion, I think he's always really scared, and like he tries to show that he's confident, but he's really not. So like right now, I think he's absolutely nervous and scared, but he's in it. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
Yeah. I think he's about to knock out Tyron Woodley within a round.
I'll eat crow if I'm wrong, but I've got Woodley on this.
This is nuts. I can't believe I'm even making that pick, but like I mean,
I could be totally wrong. Like Jake Paul could be amazing. We just don't know.
Falob says, nice to see Fred Durst on the stream. I bet that's never gotten old over the last 15 years.
Never. I get it all the time. I'm the only guy that wears a backwards red hat, I guess, with the like, and I don't. Fred had like that, like absorbent goatee. I could never grow that. So,
oh man, guys, if you want to check out some nice modular furniture, check out allform.com/Fightful. They're sponsoring this show tonight. Check them out, allform.com/Fightful. Hit them up on Twitter at allformhome. You don't even have to buy anything. Just hit them up and say, Fightful sent me. Fightful told me that furniture exists. Can't help it if you're hanging out on cardboard boxes before you found out.
Man, they're starting the intros here.
Yep, Jimmy Lennon.
Yep. Another guy, like we were saying, like before we went live, just another guy who's just got to be like, what is going on right now?
Absolutely. But then they're like, you're going to pay me how much? Okay, it's fine. We'll go with it.
I wonder if Tyron Woodley's listening to his own music.
Probably.
Ricardo says, sup, boys? Hope your night is well. I hope you guys are doing well out there watching us as well. Lots of stuff going on this week. Whole lot of stuff.
What do you guys think about boxing on Sunday nights?
The main event starting at 11:35. I do wish if it were on Sunday nights, they would try to push that target time back to about 10:30, 11 for the main event.
Yep.
I think they could. I think that wrestling should follow boxing and MMA's formula of doing more Saturday nights, and I think boxing could follow wrestling's formula of doing like pay-per-views that start at 8 on Sundays.
Yeah.
Because on the West Coast, I'm sure there are plenty of people at 5 p.m. that don't have that much stuff to do on a Sunday.
Yeah. And a lot of times it's just a one-fight card, right? So you're just like painfully getting through the undercard just to get to the main event, and you're not going to get to it till like 11 o'clock midnight.
CR says, if Jake Paul wins, who is next?
Dude, I think it's got to be like either a legit boxer that like people know because Jake's so famous, or it's got to be like Connor or like one of the Diaz brothers or something, like a really high level boxer from MMA with a big name. But it's got to be something big, I think.
I think it could be Anderson Silva if when he beats Tito, and then I think also that Fury kid, he doesn't look good at all, but that's an easy fight to sell, and then you could get that done and make Jake still look good. They could do that.
Cyclops says this is the freak show of freak shows, but I'm watching. I love it, man. Yeah. I watched Lamar Odom and Aaron Carter. And
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Man, no headgear. Aaron Carter wins that fight. I'm just saying.
I was going to watch Lenny Dykstra fight the Boss Bagel guy.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Bagel Boss no-showed. I remember.
He sure did.
Man.
Bagel Boss.
Yeah. Yeah. He attempted to turn heel by not showing up for the fight, and then we're just never seen ever again. Probably in jail.
I'm just saying, there were some WWE fans that would have been like, brilliant. brilliant heel heat for the payday he's never going to get.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
I got to say, Logan Paul had some fantastic heat on Friday, I think it was. Jeez. Or was it Monday?
Yeah.
My God.
See, this is where me and Steven kind of disagree because he says Raw's just strictly for kids. And I'm like, you're trying to get Logan Paul. You're trying to promote this fight. I think they're trying to get both, but it's just kind of lame.
Sure.
But Logan Paul also has a lot of kid fans too, though.
I get it.
Oh, man, here we go. They just touched gloves. Like, it's about to be starting. For those of you watching along with us, like, here we go. Well, my brother's here, by the way, in the living room.
Mike Provencher wants us to let the Boss Bagel heel turn play out. Reminder, guys, get in your super chats to get your question or statement read on the air. The fight on my stream is almost underway.
What in the world kind of stance is Tyron doing? Very, very low stance.
That is very, very odd.
I'm at 245, just so anyone knows.
Definitely a feeling out process.
Jab to the body from Tyron.
Well, Woodley has already done worlds better than Ben Askren.
Yeah.
Yep.
Already better than Askren, for sure.
Who else did Jake fight? Nate Robinson?
Yeah, knocked him out.
Bodied him.
And he fought KSI's brother, the YouTuber. Can't think of his name, though.
You can see that Jake has more respect for Tyron than any of the other guys he's fought.
And he should. Yeah. He absolutely should.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know what kind of knockout power that Tyron Woodley still has, but he has had it in the past. We have seen that. And, of course, he did some boxing training going into this because Tyron Woodley is not – I don't think he's just there for the payday. I think he's there to try to win. It's just I don't know if he can.
One thing that I'm noticing is Jake is able to get off first, and Tyron is not throwing his hands that much.
Yeah, and this is – I know we've talked about it before on here, but, like, this is so pivotal for Woodley because, like, he can win and be, like, this big hero that, like got the win for combat sports against the YouTuber, or he's just going to get clowned for losing this. Like, I mean, it's, like, two extremes.
Nice combination.
Nice combo from Jake. He went to the body, then up to the head.
Woodley has got to pull the trigger. One thing is Woodley is quick to his feet, so he's able to move and avoid punches pretty good.
It's true.
But this, honestly, it looks kind of like the Woodley in the UFC where he's like not sure when to pull the trigger. Looking kind of punch shy.
Yeah, and Jake, you can tell, is like loading up. He's just like
absolutely
moving around, just trying to land like a big overhand right or something.
I do think that energy a little bit though too. He's letting Woodley circle around to the outside and load up and then not land anything. Fear and Loathing in NYC says Woodley KOing Koscheck was amazing. It was very satisfying, especially at the time.
Yeah, he hit him like 3 times, like on the way down to the ground too, like as he was falling.
The Robbie Lawler one broke my heart.
Yeah, I was live at that one in Atlanta. That was
the end of Robbie there.
Yeah. But we get him versus Nick Diaz soon. I'm pumped for that.
I think Nick's going to win.
First round, how do you all score it?
Jake Paul. Jake Paul definitely won, dictated the pace, threw more punches. Tyron was definitely on the defense, and he wasn't that active.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Top Shelf Anarchy says, hello, biological ladies, because PG ain't no attitude. I am very excited to never have to deal with Sean Morley and Val Venus again. He is a dope. He is a dope.
Just remember him as his character, and that's it.
But to say, like, how strange is that for, like, you're, like, this lifelong wrestling fan, and then, like, you're interacting with these dudes, like, and then, like, that's, like, that happens. It's got to be so weird. Such a weird feeling.
He is a loon. He is just a nut.
Oh, big punch from Jake.
Yeah, but 245.
That's where I was too. I'm pretty well with you guys. I just turned the resolution down a little bit.
Good deal. He's kind of feinting the jab out there. But you're right, Doug. He is fighting Woodley, fighting pretty similar to how he was his last few UFC fights.
Yeah.
Like
Crowd's
you'd think you just
starting
like
to boo.
you'd think you just like attack him like just straight kamikaze or something. Just I mean, you got to think he's like the better athlete, way more
Right.
combat sport experience. Like it's like you're a grown man versus a kid, kind of to a degree too. Like you just figure, like, just don't show him any respect and just go at him. But
Well, and the showman that Jake is, right, the crowd starts to boo, and then Jake flexes in front of the crowd, and then they cheer. Like he's smart. He's keeping their attention.
yeah,
Oh, nice jab by Tyron there. It actually connected.
yep. Paul to the body. Yeah, I'm really interested to see Paul's cardio, like if
Yes.
this does go farther.
Because, like, if it gets to the 6th round and Tyron still has cardio, then he could really take over.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice effort there by Tyron right there, too.
Yeah, left, right.
Jab by Jake. You still feeling like Jake's going to knock him out?
Yeah, I do. As of right now.
That was a nice one. Good
Yeah,
combination, body to the head.
yeah. And then on a
This
left
is-
hook.
I mean, one thing that you can't take away from Jake Paul is he's absolutely taking this seriously, and he's not embarrassing himself at all. You know what I mean? He looks like
Yeah.
a legit boxer.
How
Ryan
long
says,
before?
who's better, Sean Morley or Aubrey Huff? You are likely to actually get some honest to God good cryptocurrency advice from Sean Morley. That is a shoot. You are likely to get some good crypto advice from him.
How long before we see the LED belt make its way into pro wrestling?
Oh, wow.
Oh gosh,
It's going to happen because
Yeah.
they got to be cool too, right?
I can't believe it's allowed.
I'm surprised too, actually.
It's a pretty even fight. I mean, I give Jake that round as well, but Woodley is starting to throw more. So it's going to get interesting these next rounds.
Well, and these rounds also weren't like so one-sided that like, a judge could go the other way too. So like,
Agreed.
you know what I mean?
It's
I mean,
looking
Jake looks pretty
2
calm.
rounds for Jake Paul so far.
Yeah.
My God, any dissent there, so to speak?
Not really.
No, I got a 2 rounds for Jake Paul right now as well.
Yep.
The shoot Val Venus is here and says, I donate $5 and get called a nut and a loon in less than 1 minute. WTF. It's a work, bro. Sold you a ticket, kid.
All right, Woodley, come on.
Woodley going in aggressive as he
Very. Now we're in the clinch.
he read Twitter in between the rounds. Saw everybody complaining.
Yeah, he dropped a diss track on YouTube during in between rounds.
Yeah, all the fly fellas and honeys leave a thumbs up. Thanks.
Yeah, don't mess with Mama Woodley. You don't do that.
I was saying it before. Mama Woodley's going to wind up more famous than Tyron after
Nice.
this, and Tyron loses.
Look like Tyron got him a little bit of an overhand right.
Yeah, he's looking good right now.
Somebody asking, saying, doesn't he need to be out aggressive? Isn't it only 4 rounds officially? No, it is an 8-round fight. This is
great combination
this
by
is a
Jake.
real boxing fight. I mean, we're in round 3. Paul's up 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think the problem is everybody's confused with the celebrity boxing, but this is a real fight. This is not the exhibition.
Oh, nice left hook from Jake.
Yes. Tyron took it well, though.
Yeah, he did. But no, you're right, Doug. This is legit. This is far from Aaron Carter versus Lamar Odom for sure.
Right. Or Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. Like this is the real deal.
Dustin Diamond, rest in peace.
Yes, he's the real innovator of like all of this.
Yes. Screams the GOAT.
Him and Bonaducci were like the OG.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Remember when China fought Joey Buttafuoco?
Oh yes.
What? Like, oh my God.
But after watching that documentary of China, like you could tell she definitely hasn't thought of she wasn't in the right space.
Yes, please leave a thumbs up in memory of Dustin Diamond, aka Screech.
Yes. Yeah, I randomly met the guy who voiced Screech the Robot during like trivia night at a bar. It was like the most random, or not Kevin the Robot. It was like Screech's like robot in his room. The voice of that was like the guy running trivia night at this bar in Atlanta.
Jake threw some heat. If that would have landed, that would have been bad.
Yeah. The most exciting exchanges have happened in this 3rd round. I mean,
absolutely.
Woodley's been more aggressive. Paul's countered a little bit more. There isn't a lot of countering in general, but Paul has countered a little bit more.
This is actually a pretty good fight.
Yeah.
Competitive. Okay, Woodley.
Woodley throws on right as the bell's ringing to the end of the round.
Woodley's getting some confidence.
Yeah.
And Mama Woodley's happy.
Yeah, she is.
And Jake Paul's mom is nervous. Boy, she is nervous, huh?
Yeah. There's a kid to her right that looks like mini Jake Paul. Like,
you the one throwing the signs?
It is 3 rounds to none, in my opinion, for Jake Paul so far.
Yeah,
agree.
I would give it 3 rounds to none, but I definitely feel like Woodley's starting to come on a little bit, so be interesting.
Somebody said Woodley is just a big Nate Robinson. Come on.
No. Look at that shot. Look at that shot that Woodley hit him with before the round.
Yeah.
Big.
I just want to say you all would also be surprised. Like, officially, according to the NBA, Nate Robinson and Tyron Woodley are the same height.
Really?
Which is mind-boggling because Nate Robinson's one of the shortest NBA players. But they're both listed as
all
as
right,
5'9".
Tyron's going after him now. Oh, good jab there.
Ooh.
Things are heating up. Woodley's walking him down.
Oh, nice.
And that's one thing, too. I don't know if Jake wants to keep going in the
dirty
clinch
box
with him because Tyron knows how to dirty box in the clinch.
Yeah, he just did. Like, you catch that. He landed that right as the ref was trying to break him up.
Yep. Look at the side of Jake's face, too. It's getting pretty red.
Yeah, you're right. He looks like, he doesn't look like he's gassed, but he's looks like he's been fighting for 4 rounds, Jake.
Well, and the thing is when you're on your back feet like that, it tires you out faster, and Tyron's just kind of walking him down. But Tyron's got to catch up. He's definitely lost rounds. I think Jake is starting to get tired.
And Woodley is leaning a lot on his lead foot whenever he finishes those attempted combos that don't land.
Yep.
So even if they did land, there's not going to be a lot of power behind those in general.
Right.
But for all I know, he's trying to wear down Jake Paul, make him move around, make him use energy, and then
Oh, good shot by Woodley. I think
nice
this is
overhand
definitely
right.
Woodley
been
looks
Woodley's
so
round.
much fresher.
He does. Yeah, Woodley. This absolutely could have been, like you were saying, this definitely could have been a big part of the game plan, just to wear him down.
Oh!
Tyron
Whoa.
Woodley cracks Jake Paul.
Wow.
And now
Jake
Woodley's letting him know.
He's headhunting.
Woodley
Get him,
bounced
Tyron.
Jake off the ropes.
Well, this is a clear round for Woodley now. My
Yes.
God.
We got 38 seconds left.
Let's end the circus. Let's go.
Tyron Woodley with the weight of
There
all
you
combat
go.
sports on his shoulders.
Do it for Mama Woodley. Oh, Tyron got hit. I think he's hurt.
Oh, Jake. Yeah, I think Jake caught him with that right. I couldn't tell if it was a slip or if he tagged him.
No, Tyron's looking pretty good still.
Yep, Tyron looks like he's still got his wits about him.
Let's go.
Ooh. Now,
10
if you're
seconds.
Woodley, come out there in the 5th
Yeah,
and lay it on the line.
There you
Yeah.
go.
for sure.
Jake doesn't know what it's like to be hurt, to be tired, and to have to continue.
Yep.
Welcome to fighting, sir.
Heavy breathing out of his mouth. Here we
Yep.
go. My God, this is getting
Let's
interesting.
go.
This is
I'm
getting
getting
interesting.
goosebumps. Let's go.
This is awesome.
This is a great fight.
Woo! Woo, that beautiful left hook.
That was.
So it's right now 3 rounds to 1, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But I mean,
you could possibly maybe the last round before give it to Woodley if you wanted
Sure.
to. So we could be even going into
Also-
the next round.
also these are boxing judges, so
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Woodley wants to knock him out.
he
Boy,
should.
if those ropes weren't there,
Yeah.
all right,
Oh,
Tyron.
here we go.
Put the pressure on him. There you go, Tyron.
And the crowd's
Nice.
like loud.
Nice shot to
like,
the body opens the round. Opens round 5 for Woodley.
It's not about always having the best. It's just about having competitive fights with names. You know what I mean?
Ooh, nice jab from Jake.
Oh, nice uppercut by Woodley.
Woo!
Ooh.
Paul connecting with air, big time.
Yeah. Yeah. Swung hard.
And that'll tire you out.
Yeah.
Fear and Loathing in NYC says Jake Paul time travels to fight in Brawl for All. How does he do? Exceptionally well.
Yeah.
If you go back and
Yeah,
watch
absolutely.
those were absolute dog shit.
Yes.
I don't know
it's-
how well he would do against Butterbean, though.
Yeah, oh yeah, he'd lose against Butterbean. I'm sure he'd lose against Butterbean. I think he beats almost everybody in there unless Dan Severn stays in it.
Yeah.
And the person who had surprisingly good technique to me was Godfather when I watched it back for a feature
Yeah.
I did. He did okay.
Jake looks tired.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice straight right from Woodley.
There is a rematch clause in this, too, by the way. So,
Is there? Good.
yes,
Yeah. Is it? Well, it's only if Jake loses, though, isn't it?
correct.
Amazing.
Although
Well, I
they
mean,
might want to run this back either way, because
He is-
if people think it's a close decision, they might want to have a run it back and make more money off of it.
Yeah. And I mean, for better or for worse, Jake Paul is the draw, and it's not necessarily Tyron Woodley, although Tyron Woodley
Woo!
Tyron Woodley is a much better draw than Askren. It's Jake Paul against a MMA fighter that has had knockout power at some point in his career.
Yes.
And Paul connected with Woodley, and Woodley just mocked him for it.
And not only that, like an exceptional athlete too. Like insane speed, explosion. When he was in his prime, he was an absolute monster.
Yes. Was it
Ooh.
shoulder surgeries that he had, though? I mean, I feel like he had some shoulder injuries.
It's just so hard because he was away for a while that it's like you didn't know if it was drama from the UFC, if it was him recovering from injury.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he had shoulder surgery in 2017.
yeah.
And I mean, your striking a lot of times is never quite the same after you have shoulder surgery, but he's doing fine here.
Absolutely.
I would have loved to have seen Woodley be more aggressive in this round, though.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Because I think Paul took this one.
Boy, it's close. Oof.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Real close.
Whew. Our friend AC130 says, yes, shoulder, he threw it out, fighting Wonderboy or Lawler. Can't remember which.
I remember when Woodley got on the mic and got mad at fans because they don't know what lateral movement is. And I'm like, dude, stop it.
Tyler Work says, isn't the story that Brackus didn't know the Brawl for All was a shoot? That's what Savio Vega told me like a couple months ago. He said that Brackus called him and he was like, so this is real, right? And Savio was like, yeah. And Brackus was like, huh, LOL, yeah, right. And then when he punched Brackus in the face, then it was real.
Oh, my God.
But that could be Savio, adding to some lore, so to speak.
Right. They do that.
I mean, he's still out there doing it.
I did a bunch of interviews. I did a feature on it like 5 years ago. And one of the first people I talked to was Vince Russo because he's the one that pushed it through.
Right.
And I was like, who else should I talk to? And he was like, well, he's going to bury me for it. And he's like, but call Bruce. And Bruce was like, well, I kind of respect him a little bit for telling you to talk to me.
Tyron charging again.
Round 6 underway.
Yeah, what's the unofficial scores right now?
Yeah. They're about to say on the commentary. Oh, here we got it on the screen.
49-46. So they've got Paul winning. Oh, they only got Woodley winning the 4th round.
Luis brings up a Robbie Fox tweet. First round Woodley's won since 2018. Damn.
Oh, wow.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is actually true.
Yeah.
Demon Diva wishes me a happy birthday. Thank you, Demon Diva. I appreciate you.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Yeah, I had no
Waffle
idea.
box.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Well, it just happened over the last few seconds.
No, okay.
Oh,
box.
right now. It's midnight.
Thank you all so much. Greatly appreciated. Glad I'm here talking to you guys. Oh, for the ruckus, Emily C says happy birthday. My God. You know what? I'm feeling so good. I'm about to go fight both of these guys. How about that?
Wow, Jake Paul turning it on.
Yep.
You got to give Jake Paul credit because he was in trouble and he's definitely bounced back.
Buddy, he's breathing heavy though.
He is.
Look at these shots.
Whoa.
His technique and his footwork's going out the window right now.
Hands are down.
If I were Tyron Woodley, I would be pouring it on right
100%.
now.
100%. Sure.
Easy for me to say here in my office chair. Thank you, CR. We appreciate you. We're glad that you like the content. We got lots of it coming this week. Tommaso Ciampa interview, the world famous CB, formerly known as Cheeseburger. Probably have another WWE interview as well, and then a bunch of all-out coverage. I'll be in Chicago for that live.
You going to GCW?
Maybe. I'd like to.
Yeah, that's going to be sick.
War Games.
I will be talking about it on the Fightful Select Weekender podcast, so make sure to subscribe.
I feel like Woodley's letting this thing slip away when he could really take advantage of it right now. Boy, those are some deep breaths by Jake.
Yep, real tired.
There we go.
Go, Tyron. About to give him the Superman punch.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns style.
Think Tyron took that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Look at how tired Jake Paul is.
Yeah. Boy, if this thing was 12 rounds.
Couldn't be me because I ain't taking that fight.
But I mean, win or lose, people got to give credit to Jake for
definitely
doing this.
Absolutely.
And getting.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a real fight.
It's respectable. It's definitely respectable.
Yeah.
Kate says she asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said for all of you to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. That is true. I would really like it if you guys subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. We're breaking lots of news. As my personal birthday gift, I want all of you to subscribe to FightfulSelect.com right now. And if you don't, I assume that you want me to have a terrible birthday.
Doug subscribed.
Yeah, I'm already subscribed, Sean.
Hey, hell yeah. If you don't have a credit card, steal your mother's. Doesn't matter to me.
No chargebacks. Woodley's got him in the clinch. He's like just making Jake even more tired. He's got to like. I mean, we got to assume Woodley's probably down on the scorecards, right? He's got 2 rounds.
Yes.
Jake is very tired. Down. Yeah, and like this is. I mean, you should really go for the kill.
They scored that round for Paul.
Yeah.
Steve Farhood, get out of here. Wow. If you're Woodley, you have to assume that too. You have to operate on that assumption just in case. And just go for the knockout.
For sure. Like throw exactly what you knocked out Lawler with. Just like a big overhand right.
And as tired as he is, just throw punches. Like he's walking him down, but he's not throwing much.
That's true. You could totally pull a Diaz brothers right now and just like be peppering him up with jabs while Jake's tired with his hands down.
Just keep connecting, and then when you hit him with power, he's not used to it because he's just getting hit by taps. You know, that's what they would always do. In my opinion, Jake had to catch him with something to really make him like back away because he's not as aggressive as he should be. He's starting to put it on, but
he landed a nice counter after Woodley got inside.
Yeah, he did.
Live odds are almost even right now, says somebody. Somebody says, I don't know what you're watching. That round was clearly Jake's. Maybe it was. I was too busy soaking in the adulation and imagining me beating both of these guys.
I think it's just hard to – Jake looks like dang near shot. Tyron looks fresh.
Yep.
And that's the image it has in your mind.
Yep.
Sean, are they going to get you another cake that is a big
Good
cake
shot
of your
by
head?
Jake right there.
Weird. That was so weird. I don't know why they did that.
That was – I would have been – if I was you, I would have been creeped out, yeah.
I am consistently creeped out at the things they create in my head in that office. Cyclops says, I'm so glad I didn't pay for this so far. Not the best fight, but satisfying for people that want to watch Jake get his face punched. But, I think by the way that it looks like we're going to be moving on to Jake Paul against somebody else in the next fight.
Yep. I will say stakes matter, right? And this had high stakes, and that's why it's like you do care about who wins and who loses, you know?
How do you all score that round?
I think Tyron won the round, honestly, but I could be wrong. I'm a little biased. I want Tyron to win this fight, but it's not looking good.
Yeah.
But it's weird. I mean, Tyron's walking him down for the most part. Jake's just hitting him with counters.
Who do you think won that round?
Who you got, Sean?
You got Tyron taking that round. I'm sure some people will yell at me, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I do think that Paul landed one of the more solid punches of that round, that counter. I think it was even more solid than the one they just showed on replay. But I think Woodley took that round.
This one right here.
MMA card coming up.
The Diaz card, Diaz and Robbie Lawler, Murphy versus Valentina Shevchenko.
Okay.
And Ortega and Volkanovski. That's all on that card. The next pay-per-view.
Round 8 of 8. We
Sean,
have Go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You got it.
He says, hoping Woodley pulls the Diaz brothers on a Paul brother is a statement I wasn't prepared for, even after the last 17 months. Sorry, what were you saying?
Sean, do you think there's any chance that Tony moves full gear to Sunday so he doesn't go head-to-head with the UFC?
Possibly, but I think he's more worried about going head-to-head with the NFL than the UFC.
That's true.
I think that he believes that his product is hot enough to compete with the UFC.
Gotcha.
But I do know that they have adjusted card dates for that in the past.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that November 6th card is loaded.
Yeah.
This is the 8th and final round, boys.
Yep, 2:57 left.
If I'm Woodley, I'm slugging. I'm throwing everything.
Sure.
I think right now, by the way he's fighting, I believe that Woodley thinks that he's got a chance to win on the scorecards, and I don't think you should assume that.
Agreed.
One, in a boxing fight. Two, when you're in there against Jake Paul.
Jake Paul's hometown. Remember when Fedor fought Fabio Maldonado in Russia?
Oh, my God.
You know what's weird about that? Like, if you look at this, though, like, Jake hit him and Woodley got mad and aggressive. Like, why can't you do that this whole fight? Like, why do you need, like, something like that to happen?
Woodley's got roughly a minute to get this knockout.
I'm surprised that, like, Jake is circling so often. I mean, it's either, like, right at the left hand of Tyron Woodley. So, I mean, it's there for a jab, or he's circling towards the power of Woodley, where Woodley loves to throw overhands, even in boxing like this, where they're not necessarily as effective. I'm just surprised that more isn't being thrown.
Agreed. And I will say this too. I feel like this is more Jake Paul's like competition level, right? Like he's been talking about possibly fighting Canelo and all that nonsense. Like you can forget about that stuff. Like this is more what he needs to be facing.
Totally.
Oh, good shot.
Yeah.
You know who I want to see him face next?
Who's that?
Anderson Silva.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense.
Anderson looked great against Chavez Jr.
I think Anderson would beat the piss out of him, honestly.
Yeah, he's going to destroy Tito.
It does. Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be so funny. It does make me wish Anderson Silva would have tried boxing.
See, this Tyron, this stuff to me, like he's already putting his arms up, like he has no idea that he lost most of those rounds.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is going to be an epic Like if he loses this decision, the excuses that are going to come out of Tyron Woodley's mouth.
Oh my God! I'm in Cleveland. This is home cooking. All this stuff. Like he's the big superstar they want to try to protect. Blah blah blah. I probably would say it was like 5 rounds to 3, and that's just me possibly being a little biased. I think it was about 5 rounds to 3.
Yeah.
For who? For Paul?
Yeah, for Jake Paul.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. I think it'll probably get scored. I think in the end they'll probably end up scoring it 7-1, but I'd probably have it like 5-3 or 6-2.
Yep.
But man, Tyron still looks way fresher.
That's what's frustrating is like he looked like a legit athlete. He had some really good punches he threw. He just doesn't want to pull the trigger like he should.
I mean, he had him really hurt at one point. He bounced him off the ropes, almost like Rampage Vanderlei Silva'd him into the ropes, and came.
Well, and look at the numbers, right? 122 jabs thrown for Paul, like. Power 85 shots, 207. Like he threw way more than Woodley.
Yep. 22 body shots to 6 is kind of surprising. I'm surprised there was that big of a difference.
Yeah. That's Javion Love right there, the one that he just took the hat from. That guy's so obnoxious. The real money fight is him and Logan. If they ever do it, that would be huge.
I think they'd be willing to do it too with enough money out there.
Of course, I think that's what all this. I think they probably cooked it up in their head a long time ago. Oh, and then eventually us against each other. I mean, Logan surviving against Mayweather was very impressive to me.
Yeah, agreed. because there were things that Mayweather did not want to happen. Like, yeah, he might have toyed with him a little bit, but he got hit more than he wanted to. He wasn't able to do all the things he wanted to do, and you could tell he wasn't that happy at the post-fight press conference. Like, that was a way tougher fight than he thought it was going to be.
He put out Tenshin Nasukawa. As soon as Nasukawa hit him, he's like, later, bro. And he did not put out Logan Paul, and that is shocking to me.
And there were a couple of times where he was like, I'm over this, and he really tried to do it, and he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, at least like Logan like really went for it in that fight. You know what I mean? Like the technique wasn't great, but he was like trying to knock him out. Like Floyd had to actually like stay from getting knocked out.
Dr. Six Fingers Esquire says, or Dr. Six Fingers, yeah, that's what it is. A Paul brawl for all? Good call. Oh my God.
The official decision. Oh my God.
Oh, split decision.
Oh, really?
Split decision.
Which means rematch all over it.
Yep.
78-75, Jake Paul. $77.75 Woodley.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, this is Jake Paul. Yep,
he did it. Wow.
When they said whatever it was, 80-74, I knew that was definitely Jake Paul.
Wow, I can't believe it.
I think you do the rematch. I think that's going to be the biggest money fight that he could do, honestly, because that was a close fight. It went to split decision. They have real animosity towards each other.
Yeah.
Listen,
I'm sure it was good.
I'm sure Jake's going to have a call out or something ready on the mic here in a second.
Big thank you to Wild Boy telling me happy birthday. Well, it is my birthday, so I'm going to hit the bricks. I'll let you guys finish up. I appreciate you guys for having me on. Catch you guys later.
Happy birthday, Sean.
I mean, let me make sure. Steven, you do have access to StreamYard, yeah?
Yeah. I'm good.
Okay,
I can end the broadcast myself. We're good.
See you guys.
See you, Sean. Happy birthday, man. All right. Me and Doug finishing this up.
This was very entertaining, though. This was good.
Yeah. We're going to stick around here.
Mama Woodley and Jake's mom are hugging.
We're going to stick around here until we get the interviews from Ariel Helwani, and then we'll sign off afterwards. So we'll stick around for a little bit longer. If y'all got any last second super chats, now's the time to send them. We'll still make sure to highlight them, put them on the screen for you guys. Anything you want to throw out there, super chat it. We'll make sure to do that. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you haven't already, and make sure to subscribe to Fightful Select. We got a couple seconds here before they start doing the interview. So subscribe over there. You get the Fightful Select Weekender podcast. I record it every Sunday. I put out a new episode earlier today. The main focus was NWA Empower, and I watched NWA 73 on a split screen here throughout the night of fights. And you get Alice Pulaski Sour Graps. You get all the news from Sean, all that good stuff. And that's, again, at FightfulSelect.com. We got Ariel Helwani in the ring doing a interview with Jake Paul. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Ariel asked him if it was tougher than he expected. We'll see what he says.
Jake basically says he's been doing this for 3 years. Woodley's had a whole career. Tougher fight than he expected. His legs.
He's already making an excuse.
Weird. Yeah. Said his legs felt weird since he was in the locker room.
Your legs feel weird because you got walked down the whole fight.
Nothing but respect for Woodley, says Jake. He's apologizing to Woodley and his team and everything for the pre-fight stuff. They had some scuffles and stuff in the pre-fight. He's surprised one of the judges scored it for Woodley. Jake saying it was in his own hometown, so the judges should have all had it for him. He says he really only got hit by one shot. It was the one that put him into the ropes. This is all Jake says that really got him. Saying who goes 8 rounds in their first fight. He's putting himself over a lot as going against a Hall of Famer, UFC champion. He's really putting over Woodley a lot, which is smart. Like, it's really smart to make Woodley sound as good as possible right now.
Especially with like the YouTube community that don't know the fight game. You just say like, oh, 5-time UFC champion. Wow. You know?
Yeah. Ariel asked if Tommy Fury's next. Jake says he's dedicated the last 18 months of his life to boxing. He needs to take a little bit of a break, it sounds like. So he's going to get back in the gym when he's ready. Second biggest pay-per-view event of the year, according to Jake. Number 1 was Logan and Mayweather.
Paul brothers taking over boxing.
It's unreal. Jake said he didn't fight his best tonight. Gave himself a C-. Logan says that Jake's performance was spectacular. Logan says that Jake faced some adversity tonight, and Tyron Woodley's an animal. Basically, they're really putting over Woodley right now, which once again I think is very smart. Got a super chat from George or Jorge. I'm not sure, but thank you very much. Sent a chat that says, "Will Bryan Danielson be all elite this time next Sunday?" I think it's definitely possible that he shows up at All Out. I think it's more likely than not likely at this point. What do you think, Doug? You think he shows up at All Out?
It's sure sounding like it. And I mean, I would definitely order the pay-per-view because you might miss an amazing moment if you don't. So
completely agree. Jake Paul's telling people not to bully people. Woodley's standing there too, so we'll stick around for his interview if he's about to get interviewed. Jake with a real don't bully PSA right now, going through all the reasons not to bully people. Issa, thank you very much for joining us. Always good to see you in here. Have a good night. Oh, I'm going to interview Tyron Woodley.
There you go. Rematch.
Yeah, Woodley wants a rematch. Says he came in great shape. Woodley doesn't like the fact that one of the judges only gave him 2 rounds. Yeah, he's really pushing an instant rematch.
I think it's smart, honestly. Especially for him. He's got nothing else, right?
All right. For sure. I mean, if you're Woodley, you're definitely trying to get this rematch. I mean, even though he lost, like, he's not going to get, like, clowned, you know what I mean, by the community because it was close. And we know that Jake's, like, at least somewhat legitimate at this point. They're trash talking to each other right now. Oh, Logan's telling Woodley to move on. They're both telling him he had his chance.
Oh boy.
Tyron Woodley said if the ropes weren't 7-2, he would have went through him when he punched him.
Oh boy.
Oh, he just said dead.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what just happened, Tyron Woodley said, all right, they disagreed and they just shook on it. What just happened is Jake Paul said if Tyron Woodley gets a I Love Jake Paul tattoo tonight, then he'll give him a rematch. And Tyron said he'd do it.
Well, that's funny, too, because there's a tattoo artist in the building, so.
Wow. So it sounds like they're pending Tyron Woodley getting an I Love Jake Paul tattoo. It sounds like they're going to run back a rematch of that fight.
That's the world we live in right now. That's what we're dealing with in the boxing world.
That is what is happening now. So that's going to do it for the stream, y'all. Thank you very much for hanging in here with us and enjoying all this, all these freak fights, whatever you want to call them. But this itself wound up being a pretty damn legitimate fight, in my opinion. Like this was this on paper was a freak fight, but in reality, I think it was. I mean, it was very. I've seen way worse pro fights than that.
100%. 100%.
So yeah, good stuff. Thanks for joining with us, everyone here in the chat. Thanks for everybody who sent super chats and everyone who gave thumbs up. So please make sure to do that. Doug, before we get out of here, please let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, my name is Doug, and actually me and Steven do a YouTube live show on Tuesday nights called Live Rounds, and that would be under RVD Tito for Life. And so if you're interested on our MMA opinions or pro wrestling opinions, because we don't just cover MMA, we definitely cover pro wrestling, big AEW fans. And then if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is All Elite Doug 21. So I definitely welcome anybody that wants to come and check out our shows and follow me on Twitter. Thanks for having me, Steven.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for joining. Once again, that's RVD Tito for Life, RVD TITO, the number 4 LIFE. And me and Doug do a show every Tuesday, Live Rounds. Check it out every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. All the other stuff we got going on, make sure to subscribe to FightfulSelect.com. Listen to the Fightful Select Weekender podcast. I talk independent pro wrestling, a whole bunch of stuff every Sunday. You also get Alice Pulaski's Sour Graps podcast, as well as the all the news that Sean Ross Sapp's always dropping. Once again, happy birthday to Sean. That was cool that he joined us as his birthday was, the clock was turning over. So that was cool. And once again, FightfulSelect.com is the most direct way you can support Fightful. Everything else I do, I'll just keep updated on my Twitter. That's FightTalk _FIGHT TALK _. And make sure to subscribe to the Fightful Twitch channel. I'm on there with Joel Pearl every Thursday, and we're watching a bunch of pro wrestling on there. So that's twitch.tv/Fightful Gaming. So hope you all enjoyed this. Thanks again to Doug for joining me, and you guys have a great night. See ya.
Take care.